Hi guys, welcome to Verbling. My name's Joe, and today we're going to work on improving our pronunciation by reading a few news articles on Yahoo News. So, if you're watching this right now, it's live. Go ahead and click join. We do have 6 reservations, so that means that there will only be 3 spots available. But feel free to join, because like I said, it's live, and we will be getting started shortly. Hey Adrian, how's it going?
Hello. Fine, great. And you?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. And you?
Yeah.
It's
Your
not too
microphone.
loud?
No, it sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
Where are you from?
I live in France, but I'm from Romania.
Ah, okay. And
I've been living in France for 23 years.
23 years. Wow.
Mm.
And why did you leave Romania?
Because it was nasty.
It was nasty.
It was just after the revolution.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. Well, cool. Welcome. Douglas, are you there?
Yes. Hello.
Hey,
Can you
how's
hear
it?
me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, perfectly.
Good. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil, São Paulo.
Brazil. Sao Paulo. Cool. Okay, so you guys are the first ones here. There were 4 other reservations. I'm not sure if they're having technical issues or what's going on with them, but what we're going to be doing today is working on improving our pronunciation.
Yes.
So I attached 2 articles, 2 links to 2 different articles, so feel free to open those up, and if you didn't see them, then I'm going to post them in the Verbling chat so you can open them there. And what we're going to be doing is we'll start with one article, the I Spy article, and what we're going to be doing is each person will read a small section, so maybe 3 to 4 sentences, and then while that person is reading, the rest of us will listen for words that he or she maybe mispronounces or pronounces kind of funny, and then afterwards help them pronounce them correctly. So that way we can work on individual words and individual sounds, and then also learn some new words if there are new words that you don't know, or there's an expression, etc. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Santiago, are you there?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Fine, 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 thank you.
Good. Okay, so Santiago, you just got here, but if you could, please open the 2 articles that I posted on the Verbling chat over there, and then we're going to get started. So I'm going to pull up the first article, the I Spy article. Santiago, I think for some reason your microphone is picking up a lot of background noise. It sounds like, kind of like the ocean coming in. Sounds like the tide coming in. So if I could ask you just to mute your microphone when you're not talking.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to pull the I Spy article up on my screen so you guys can follow it there, or you can open it up on your screen and follow along. So here we go. Alright, so go ahead, open that up, or you can just look at my screen. And the first article we're going to start with is titled, I Spy. Photographer who secretly snapped neighbors goes to court. Okay, so if we scroll down, there's the picture. Looks like a lady looking at a painting. And here is the article. So would somebody like to start first?
I'm sorry.
Would somebody like to start reading first? Because the way we're going to do it is, so for example, here's the section. So the first person will read this section that I've highlighted, the first one, and then the second one, and then after that person's done, the rest of us will listen for or give advice or recommendations for things like, hey, that word New Yorkers, you should pronounce it like this or whatever, or hey, the word boxes sounded funny when you pronounce it, can you pronounce it again? So that's what we're going to be doing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, may I start?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Space-starved New Yorkers might know better than to expect privacy in their glass and steel residential boxes. Yet, even by Manhattan standards, an exhibit by a photographer who used a zoom lens to secretly photograph his neighbors napping and eating has caused a citywide stir and 2 legal actions so far. Photographer Arnie Svensson says he started the project after inheriting a telephoto lens from a friend. He began taking pictures of the apartments opposite his own Tribeca home in 2012.
Good. All right. Thank you for reading. So were there any words that maybe he could improve on?
I don't know what a seat-wide steer means.
Citywide stir. Okay,
Seat-wide
so
steer.
yeah, eating has caused a citywide stir. Kind of like, basically it affects the entire city, so citywide, not just one specific part, but citywide, as in all of the city. And a stir is kind of like, it's kind of like not a distraction, but it's caused not noise, but like it's gotten a lot of attention, has caused a citywide stir, as in all around the city people are angry or they're interested in this. They're
Okay.
stirred by it.
Okay, I get it.
All right, good. Okay, so the only who was reading? Who was that?
Adrian.
Adrian. Good job, Adrian. I think you pronounced everything correctly. It sounds like you have really good pronunciation. The only word that I heard that maybe you could improve on is this word. You said project, but it's project.
Project.
There you go.
Project.
Yeah. Kind of like project.
Project.
Yeah. But that's because here it's a noun, but if it was a verb, then you might say, oh, we projected the movie on the wall. To project something. I need to project my voice.
Mhm.
And then besides that, can you say the word pictures one more time?
Pictures.
Pictures. Okay, never mind.
Pictures.
That sounds fine. Otherwise, I think that's it. Does anybody else have any questions?
Yes, Tribeca.
Tribeca. From his own Tribeca home. I'm not sure what... I'm guessing that's a style.
Okay.
Let's see if I can look it up real quick. Just a good Tribeca house. Maybe it's a style. I'm not really sure. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm guessing it's just a style in New York. So let's see if I can find a picture real quick. Has anybody here ever been to New York?
No, I haven't.
Nope. Me neither. But I feel like it would be really cool. Because there's a lot to see in New York. You guys should definitely visit if you haven't. Okay, so let's see. Tribeca. Okay, so I typed in Tribeca house, and this is what came up. So I guess it's a style. I'm not 100% sure. It looks kind of modern. But yeah, I'm guessing it's just referring to a
Maybe the name of the architect.
maybe. Oh, that's probably it. I mean, yeah, that sounds reasonable. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that's what it is. I'm sure you could Google it and figure that out.
Mhm.
But yeah, any other questions?
Hello?
Nope. All right.
Hello?
Hello. All right. Would somebody like to go next and read these two sections?
Me?
All right.
Okay. Those images are now on show and for sale at price of up to 7,500 per photo at a Chelsea gallery, where they prompted a legal complaint for Martha and Matthew Foster, parent of the young children pictured in two of his photographs. The Foster said the picture raised concerns about the safety of their children as well as fear that they must keep their shades down at that hour of the day in order to avoid photography by a neighbor.
Good. All right. Thank you for reading. Were there any
Your
words that you think he can improve on? Any
Images.
images? Okay. Yeah. I think you just stressed the wrong syllable. Images
uh-huh,
instead of images.
images,
Yeah, just like that. Images.
images, images,
There you go. Perfect. And then this word legal.
legal, legal,
Yeah, perfect. Just like that. I'm trying to think if there are any other. Oh, how about this word? Young.
young, young,
Yeah,
young,
young.
young.
There you go. Other than that, it sounded pretty good. Just one thing that I noticed that you might want to not work on, but just try and remember is the TH, which is one of the most difficult sounds to make, is like like where you put your tongue in between your teeth, like they.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And Martha.
Martha,
There you go. Um, and then yeah, and then the, because sometimes people say duh. I mean, it's really subtle. It's not like that, but it's like duh. But you just want to
the.
make sure that you pronounce the th correctly, because otherwise it sounds a little funny.
It's like
May I
a
have a suggestion,
thousand.
please?
Suggestion? Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Could you underline these words
Ah, yes.
by a double click?
Yeah. So like here we go. So Martha. Um, and then images we already went over. Oh, actually this. Okay, so can you say this one more time? Read this number.
Okay, 7,500.
Yeah. Okay, so you want to make sure in the word hundred there are two D's, and you want to make sure that you enunciate both of them. So it would be 7,000, like you said, and then 500.
100,
There you go.
100,
100. Uh-huh.
100.
Perfect. Yeah. So just make sure that you remember to enunciate those D's. And okay, so I think that's it. Thank you for reading. Does anybody have any questions about any other words?
No.
No? Okay. Um, let's go on. Would somebody else like to read?
Can I read?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oops, sorry.
For the rest of New York, the controversy over the exhibition has triggered a conversation about First Amendment rights and just how much privacy city dwellers can expect. Continue.
Yes, please.
In the latest development, Svensson is fighting back. On Wednesday, his attorney filed a motion calling for the New York County Court to throw out the Foster's complaint. The motion argues that the pictures are not illegal and are protected under an artist's freedom of expression under First Amendment rights. Svensson is no longer commenting on the controversy, but says in his exhibition notes, "For my subjects, there is no question of privacy. The neighborhoods don't know they are being photographed. I carefully shoot from the shadows of my home into theirs."
Good, thank you. Okay, so were there any words that he could improve on?
Controversy.
Yes, okay, so that is a long word and it's difficult to pronounce, but it's pronounced like this. Controversy.
Controversy.
Oh,
Yes, so the
I
stress
thought
syllable.
controversy. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so actually, I've looked up this word before, and there are two different pronunciations. The way that you pronounced it is one way to pronounce it, and the way that I pronounce it is another way. I'm not sure how it, like, if it's depending on the region or the dialect, but I say controversy, but you could also say controversy. No. Okay, I can't think of the second one. Wait, controversy? Controversy. I guess you can say controversy. I don't know, I stick to controversy, because that's the easiest for me. Oh, sorry, I didn't highlight that, but right here. Okay, any other words? Okay.
Dwellers, these city dwellers.
Oh, where is that?
The first paragraph.
Privacy city dwellers.
Dwellers.
Yes. So, are you asking what that word means, or how to pronounce it?
How to pronounce it?
How to pronounce it? Dwellers. Uh-huh.
Dwellers. Okay.
Yeah.
Dwellers.
Uh-huh. And then
There's also argues. The motion argues.
Yes. So that looks weird, but it's pronounced argues. I think that was it. I'm trying to think of anything. Oh, just the syllable. I think you stressed the second syllable instead of the first syllable. So you said commenting, but you should say commenting.
Commenting.
There you go.
Commenting.
So I think that's the hardest part in English, because there's no accent marks like in a lot of other languages, so it's hard to know which syllable to stress. But yes, commenting. Okay, so before we go on, let's talk about this a little bit. So this paragraph is interesting because it says, so one person says that the pictures are not illegal and they're protected under the First Amendment, freedom of expression, and then another person says that it's a question that it's, or the other side is arguing that it's a question of privacy, that this photographer invaded the privacy. So I'm going to come back, so we're going to pause real quick. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think that it is an invasion of privacy, and that this photographer should not have the rights to take pictures of the neighbors? Or do you think that he is allowed to do it, and that's because it's a freedom of expression? He's expressing his art through photography. What do you guys think?
I think he shouldn't take pictures from other people without they allow this, because For example, I don't like when people take pictures of me, and I don't know, and I didn't allow it.
Hmm. Okay, so you would say it's an invasion of privacy.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Does anybody else agree or disagree?
And I agree. I agree.
You agree? You think it's an
Yeah.
invasion of privacy as well?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, and Adrian, do you agree or do you disagree?
Well, I don't mind if someone takes pictures of my feet or my ears or my hands or when I'm in the street or when I'm in the underground.
Uh-huh.
Mm, even if I'm in my house and looking out the window, which is largely opened.
Uh-huh. You think that it's okay?
And on the other hand, it depends on the intention of the person who takes the picture. If this a neutral intention, I mean, uh, he doesn't want to make art of this, I think I can't impeach, uh,
Impede?
him, impede him to do so, because it is a mean of expression.
Hmm.
He has the liberty to express his artistic feelings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I
Well,
think, yeah,
I think depend on the country. Maybe in some countries legal, and in other countries not legal, or it depend on the culture. I don't know. For example,
yeah.
in my country, it's legal in the public place,
Uh-huh.
but
It's
in
it.
private place, it's not legal.
Ah, okay. And where are you from?
Chile.
Chile. Okay. Yeah, I think that's also a big thing. Um, it's also it can be related to the culture because in some cultures it might be a form of disrespect to take somebody's picture without their permission. Um, whereas I'm not sure on the rights. I think it depends on the state. Like in New York, they're saying that uh, I think they're saying that it's an invasion of privacy. Uh, but I think in Arizona, I'm not 100% sure. I think I thought I read somewhere because I used to film a lot and I filmed skateboarding and I was wondering if it was illegal to film somebody without their permission, like if I needed their permission. And I thought it said that if you have one person's permission, then it's okay. So I'm not sure if that meant that if there were two people and one person said okay, then it's okay. So I'm not 100% sure. Um, but from but I think in my opinion, I would say that I kind of agree with Adrian. I think that if the photographer's intention is just to capture an artistic perspective or something along those lines, and it's just like a silhouette of me looking out my window, or if my hand's in it, or my foot, or whatever. But if they're trying to get a picture of just my face, or me, just me, um, like my front or something, so you can see like, hey, that's Joe, or hey, that's me, then I think I would like him or her to have my permission to use it somewhere. But otherwise, if it's just a silhouette, which do you guys know what a silhouette is?
Yes, it's like a shadow.
Exactly, exactly. So, for example, if you see a person standing and you capture a silhouette, then that means that you can basically see the outline of the person, but it's kind of like a shadow because it's black or
Yes.
dark. Yeah, good. Okay, interesting. I just wanted to see what you guys thought on that, because I wasn't sure. I mean, some people might see it, like you guys said, as an invasion of privacy, and then others of us might think that it's just a a right to express yourself artistically. Okay,
And
So
the line
let's.
is not always very distinct, very clear.
Yes, clear. Exactly. You're right because it's not black and white. There's a little bit of gray. It's because yeah, if he's taking a picture, and um, like I don't know if he's sitting outside your window and taking pictures inside your house, then I think that would probably be an invasion of privacy. Um, but then yeah, I mean it there like you said, it's the line isn't clear. There are a lot of well, if this happened, blah blah blah, or if that happened rather than yes or no.
For example, if two people are sitting in a restaurant
Uh-huh.
and they don't know each other, it's not an invasion of privacy to photograph them. But if they know each other, for example, a man and a girl, and they are taking their hands, their hands united, it becomes a little bit
Questionable?
questionable.
Yeah.
Questionable.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Yeah. I think there are a lot of uh, situations where it might be okay, but then other times it probably wouldn't be okay. But yeah, it's interesting, which is why I chose the article. Okay, so let's go on. So I think all three of you guys have read, so you guys can read again since you guys are the only ones here. So, would somebody like to go again? Go next?
Can I read?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, 1 second, please.
The
Okay.
photographs themselves.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. The photographs themselves are both abstract and specific, capturing moments but intimate moments of domestic modern life. All are carefully framed to avoid revealing the full face on their subject. A woman in a raincoat stands by the window, her face obscured by a twisted gold curtain. A man in a t-shirt and jeans dozes on a sofa. Unexpected mother in a picture in profile. The lower halves of a couple in bath robe are couch breakfasting, their feet touching under the table. Another woman is crouched near the window, scrubbing the floor or picking something off the ground. Continue or no?
Um, yeah, continue, please.
Okay, the Foster complaint detailed the couple's distress about two photos that feature their children. One image shows Martha Foster holding her 2 years old son, with her 4 years old daughter standing beside her. The girl is in a swimsuit. The boy is wearing a glitter. The document uh, alleges that the minor faces are clearly recognizable, which could endanger their safety by attracting the attention of undesirable and potentially dangerous people.
All right, thank you. Okay, so what were some words that he could improve on?
Many words.
Many words. Okay. Um, okay, so one thing that I noticed was that try to make sure that you enunciate the S when a noun is plural, because otherwise it sounds like it's singular. So, for example, faces.
Okay. Faces.
Perfect. And then also subjects.
Subjects.
There you go. Just like that. That S at the end indicates that it's plural, which is important.
Okay.
This word right here is difficult. It looks really weird, but it's pronounced like this. Obscured.
Sorry, I don't can see the text. What
Oh,
word?
here, if you look at my screen, I have it
Ah,
highlighted.
okay.
Do you see it?
Okay. Obscured. No,
Here, one more time. Obscured.
obscure. Obs
Obscured.
obscuring.
Yeah, and then enunciate the D. D. So obscured.
Obscured.
There you go.
Ob-
Good. Um, I mean, your pronunciation is good. There are just little things that you can work on to make it better, like the things that I'm pointing out. Um, so here, where it says 2-year-old son, so I think you said 2 years old son, but there's no S on the year, and I think you were just reading quickly and said years instead of year. Um, but this would just be 2-year-old.
2 year old.
There you go.
Two
2-year-old. Uh-huh.
2 year old.
Perfect. And then this word, alleges.
This word is very difficult for me.
Yeah, because there's a double L.
Yeah. How do you pronounce this word?
Alright, ready? Sorry. Alleges.
Alleges.
There we go. Yes. Alleges.
Alleges.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then this word, undesirable.
Undesirable.
Perfect. Undesirable.
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 There you go. Uh-huh. Alright. Does anybody have any questions about any of these words? Or are there
No.
any that you guys would like me to pronounce again?
Probably the word in the first paragraph, the lower vowels in this
Uh,
line, the lower vowels in the final
well,
of this line.
another woman is. Wait. How does the sentence start? What's the? Oh, the lower. Ah, here we go. I found
The
it.
lower vowels,
Ah, the lower halves.
halves,
There you go. Halves.
halves. Okay,
Yeah, the L is silent. Halves.
okay, halves, halves.
Any other words?
No.
All right. Would somebody like to go next?
It's my
I
turn?
can go.
Oh, sorry.
Can I read?
Whoever. Yeah, it's up to you guys.
Okay. Plaintiffs. The plaintiffs say they are frightened and injured by the utter disregard for their privacy and the privacy of their children, in the seclusion and solitude of their homes. The complaint adds that Svenson's conduct is so out of keeping with the standards of morality and the community as to invoice unintentional or reckless disregard of its likelihood to cause severe emotional distress to their fosters. Although Svensson removed the pictures from the exhibition when contacted by an attorney, the Fosters still want to remove all remaining pictures from the photographer's possession, a permanent injunction against further photographic intrusions, plus damages and costs.
All right. Thank you.
I guess lots of words I have never heard before.
Yes, this was actually probably the most difficult section to read out of this article because there are a lot of words that are long and they're probably unfamiliar. So with that, what words could he improve on?
In the first line, by the utter disregard.
Yeah, disregard.
Disregard. Utter disregard.
Uh-huh. And then also in the first line, 2 words before that, angered.
Angered.
Uh-huh.
Angered.
Any other words that you guys noticed?
Injunction.
Yes, injunction, which is right here at the last line. Injunction.
Injunction.
Here, let's do this word. Exhibition.
Exhibition.
Uh-huh, just like that.
And intrusion.
Intrusions, yep. Intrusions. I think that was it.
There's another word in the second line as seclusion.
Ah, yes, seclusion, just like that.
Seclusion. Okay.
Intrusion, seclusion. Any other words?
Only the last. In the next line, the last word, evince.
Ah,
Community as to evince. Evince.
evis, yes. In the community as to events.
Evince. I pronounce evince.
Yes, events. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Kind of like convince. Evans.
Yes. Okay.
Alright, any other words or any words that you guys would like me to define? There are probably a lot of new words in here. There are new words for me too, like events. I don't know what that means. Solitude is like being alone. Seclusion is like to seclude. I'm trying to think of how to describe that. Do you guys understand what's going on in this paragraph, in these 2 paragraphs? Like, could somebody could one of you guys summarize or just give an idea of what you understood from that paragraph?
Yes. People are saying that they are frightened about the children because about the photographer because he's taking pictures and taking out the privacy of their children.
Exactly. Yep. They're frightened.
Frightened.
About their privacy of their children. Yeah, because this guy took the pictures, and according to one person, they say that the faces are clearly recognizable, as in you can tell who the children are, and so they're concerned about their privacy with the photographer taking these photos. Good. Anything else? Nope. Alright. Moving on. I think we're almost done with this. Okay. So would somebody like to go next? Adrian, right?
Yes.
All right.
Starting from Svensson to
Swenson's, and then the next section after with regard.
I tried to find it on my.
You should see the Twitter symbol on the right, I think.
Svensson legal motion.
Perfect, right there.
Svensson legal motion of June 5 or June the 5th asserts
June 5th.
June 5th asserts that neither his conduct nor photographs violate any New York laws. The document adds that as the images were taken through window that are fully exposed to the street, they cannot support a claim for intentional infliction or severe emotional distress. With regard to the photos that feature the Fosters, the motion states that the faces of the parents are not revealed, the children are obscured, and the subjects are in plain view. Both photographs capture children at play and the innocence of childhood, nothing more revealing than you might see in a neighborhood park, the document says. It asserts that Svensson images are protected by First Amendment rights and that the plaintiffs should not be permitted to use the court to attempt to restrict artistic expressions that they disagree with.
All right, thank you. So were there any words that he could improve on? I think there was one word that I heard, which was, you pronounced it correctly, you just stressed the second syllable instead of the first, which it's in the first line right here. So this word is pronounced like this: conduct.
Oh, yes. His
Because
conduct.
because it's a
Of
noun.
course. It's a noun. Yes.
Yep,
His
you're
conduct.
absolutely right. I think besides that, I didn't hear anything. Did you guys hear anything?
No.
No. Good job. Are there any words that you guys would like me to define or pronounce again?
No, I think
Maybe it
this.
asserts
Assert? Yeah, yeah.
it asserts that Svensson's images,
Yes.
like
It asserts.
assertion.
Yeah.
The noun is assertion.
Assert is kind of like to reassure, to restate, I guess. Asserts. It kind of like, it asserts that Svensson's images are protected. It claims or states. That's kind of how I would describe assert. States or infers, I guess might be a better word. Any other words? Okay, so let's stop again and talk about this, because I think this is interesting what he's saying. So the photographer is saying that these people that I took a picture of should not be permitted to use the court to attempt to restrict artistic expressions that they disagree with. So what do you guys think about that statement? Do you think that he still invaded their privacy, or do you think that that he didn't invade their privacy? Do you think that it's okay for him to take it because this is his argument, or do you think that he invaded the privacy still? So I'm wondering if your guys' opinions have changed, or if you still agree with what you said earlier.
Oh, I believe he continues inviting privacy. No,
Yes, continues invading privacy.
invading privacy, I believe.
Okay. And then Adrian said that he wasn't. And then Santiago, do you still agree with your opinion, or has your opinion changed?
No, I have the same opinion.
Same opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask. Alright, we'll go back. So we have 15 minutes left, so I think we'll definitely finish this, and then maybe we'll get a chance to go to the other article as well. Okay. So I think everybody has read twice, right? So you guys can read again.
Yes.
Which is good because it just means you get more individual feedback. Alright, would somebody like to go again?
Can I
Julie?
read?
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Julie Saul, the gallery owner and director, told Reuters that the reaction to the exhibition was a huge surprise and attempted in a teapot. It really never occurred to me that there were any of the controversial issues surrounding the work, the work because historically there had been lots and lots of photographers who have photographed on the street. Through each window there is a whole history of it, she said. Mickey Osterricher, an attorney and general counsel for the National Press Photographers Association, described the case as very interesting. Most people have this sense in New York because everybody lives so close together, because the line sites are such that you can very easily look into your neighbor's apartment and they can look into yours. But I think the court-made part, this out-looking, is one thing and photographing is another. It's all reduced. What's the
Alright.
rate? Okay, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Good. Alright, thank you. So were there any words that he could improve on?
Okay,
How about
right?
this?
No, sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, did you have one?
Um, 1 second. Temps, tempest, tempest in a teapot. In
Oh,
the first paragraph, second line.
tempest in a teapot.
Yeah. What mean? What does mean? What mean this word?
What does that mean? That's a good
Mm-hmm.
question. I don't know. Tempest in a teapot. I've heard it before, but
I
I
believe it, I
do you
believe
know?
it's an expression. In Portuguese, we have an expression. It's when somebody you have to notice something, but you notice in a way that make it be larger, bigger than it is actually.
Yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Kind of
In
like
Spanish is when do you make a little problem in a big problem, no?
okay. So the way that I might describe that is you make something little a big deal, or you make a big
Yes,
deal out of nothing.
yes, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, okay, so the expression that, not the expression, but I guess the way that I might say that in my own words would be, like, um, let's say I spill a glass of water on, like, let's say I spill a glass of water on you, Santiago, and then you get really angry and you start yelling at me, and I say, Santiago, chill, man, you're making a big deal out of nothing.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yes,
This
it's actually.
Okay, so yeah, that's the way, that's another way you could say it. Um, make a big deal out of nothing. That's the way that we say it. Um, in French, you have it too, Adrian. I saw that you wrote.
Yes, the same expression. Une
Same
tempête
expression.
dans un verre d'eau.
Une tempête dans un... Okay.
Verre d'eau.
How do you pronounce it?
Une tempête dans un verre d'eau.
Une tempête dans un verre d'eau.
Dans un verre d'eau, oui.
Dans un verre d'eau.
Verre d'eau.
Verre d'eau.
Exactement.
Okay, okay. That's hard. Okay. That's interesting, though. I didn't know that you had it in French, Portuguese, and Spanish, and English. I'm sure it's in Italian, too.
Una tempesta in uno... I don't know.
You knew, oh, yeah. I thought you knew it. That's
in
cool, though.
Portuguese we don't say tempest in a teapot. We say tempest in a cup of water.
In a cup of water.
Like in
Yes.
French. Like in French.
Viking
Yes,
trench.
exactly.
In Spanish is hacer una tormenta en un vaso de agua.
Esattamente.
Oh, okay,
Visto
okay,
in
okay.
francese.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, tempest. I don't know what that word means, tempest. But a
Tempest
T
is like a hurricane. No?
is like a hurricane.
Here,
Hurricane?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, okay. I did not know that tempest. Okay, interesting. And then yeah, teapot. It's what you warm up water in it and then pour it to make tea.
Shakespeare has a piece about the tempest.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that. I think that's where I probably heard the word from. But it's not very common, so
Ah,
It comes
teapot?
from French, tempesta,
ah,
tempest, tempête. In fact,
tempest.
from Latin, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Tempesta.
Okay. Huh. That's cool. Okay.
Teapot,
Any other?
teapot, teapot
Yeah.
is where do you prepare the tea, no?
Teapot. Okay, maybe I'm getting teapot and kettle confused because you have a kettle, which is like I just call it a teapot. I guess maybe that's just because that's what we called it at my house, and that's not what it means generally, but it's just specific to me and my family. Um, but it's like a pot, and like when I think of the word teapot, I think of a metal pot that goes on the stove, and you put water in it, and then you warm it up. And I guess I guess that makes sense. You make tea in it. That's why it's called a teapot.
Yeah.
But I guess
It,
yeah,
it's very old because now it's electric, no?
yes, exactly. They have kettles too, which I guess okay. So a teapot, you actually make the tea inside of it, and then a kettle is basically the same thing, but you just keep the water in it. So
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, it's electric. So I just used a kettle the other day. So it sits on this plastic thing that's plugged into the wall, and then it's metal and it sits on it, and you flip up the switch, and then it warms up the water quickly. So
Understood.
that's called a kettle.
Okay.
All right, cool. See, yeah, we're learning some new words. Okay, so back to the pronunciation. I think how about this word, interesting.
Interesting.
Interesting. It's
Interesting.
okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so that's weird. I just noticed that. So the word is spelled like interesting, but the way that I've always pronounced it, I don't know, maybe I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, but most people say interesting, and it's kind of like the R and the E are switched, so it's INTRESTING. So interesting.
Interesting.
That's how most people pronounce it. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's how most people pronounce it. Interesting instead of interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, when you say interesting, that sounds funny. Most people say interesting.
Okay.
Um. Oh, and then I was gonna say this word, photographers.
Photographer.
There you go. So photographed, but then this is photographer. So it's weird how it changes. But yeah, just like that. Um, any other words or any words that you guys have questions about?
And photographed.
Yes.
Yes, photographed.
Yeah, just like that. Photographed. Or, well, photographed. Uh-huh. Any other words?
Mm-mm.
Alright. Let's move on. Alright. Would somebody like to go next?
Which paragraph is now? Ah, okay.
Right there. Ostricher. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Is a name? What is this word?
Yes, it is a last name, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Ostricher is concerned that a ruling in this case could. Blah, blah,
But
blah.
it's no English word, no?
No, Ostricher.
Is the German
Probably
word.
German.
German. I
German
was gonna
is
say German.
German.
Österreicher.
Yeah, that's
Ausstreicher.
very strange.
Yes, it is hard. It looks hard to. It looks like it's not from English. Yeah, so I'm guessing it's probably German. Um, yeah, so it's a last name. So would somebody like to read next?
Can I read?
Uh-huh.
Osterhart is concerned that a ruling in this case could create more pushback by people who are looking to create an expectation of privacy even when you are out in public. He thinks this could lead to First Amendment protections being chipped away. Osterschers believes that this case has been a negative one for the image of photography and First Amendment rights due to the bad taste that has been left with the public. The attorney believes that the case against Swissons may turn more on the facts of the case than on the actual law. While the case remains in the hands of the New York State justice system, the issues raised by the Swissons photographs are as ethical as they are legal. Saul said, "If it's an ethical issue, I think it's about the individual and the way that Arnie has handled this work is incredibly respectful and ethical.
All right. Good. Thank you. So what were some words that he could improve on?
In the
Yeah.
in the 60th line, the attorney believes
The attorney.
attorney.
There you go. Attorney. Uh-huh. How about this line right here, these three words?
What does
Image.
mean eternity?
What does attorney mean?
Yeah.
So an attorney defends somebody, kind of like
It's like a lawyer.
a type of
Like a
lawyer.
lawyer.
Yeah. Attorney believes that the case. Yeah, I'm trying to think what I think attorney is just the name of a type of a lawyer. I'm not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but let's double check that.
Ah, okay, it's a lawyer.
Okay, yeah,
Like,
just a
it's a
type
lawyer.
of lawyer. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. How about this? So, image of photography. Because you say photograph and you say photographer, but then you say photography.
Photography.
Yeah.
Image of a photography.
Image of photography.
Image of a photography.
Yeah. And then this word, you might be able to improve on ethical.
Ethical.
Uh-huh.
There's the TH, it's difficult for me.
Yeah, the TH is one of the hardest sounds in English because I don't think many other languages has it. Yes, has the sound. Yeah, ethical.
Ethical.
Any other words that you guys would like me to define or pronounce?
I've noted looking instead of looking.
Looking. Yes, looking. Uh-huh.
I've noted these words on the chat.
Let's see.
Looking, case, Svenssons, and ethical,
Looking, case.
in my opinion.
Okay.
This
Looking.
for Douglas.
For Douglas, okay. Looking. Okay, so here let's just do these together then. Looking, Good. Case.
Case.
Okay, so the last name, it's a last name, and last names are difficult. So the way that I would pronounce it, and I don't know if this is correct, I would say Svensons. Svensons.
Svensson. Svensson.
Yeah, see,
Looking case Svensson.
looking case Svensons.
Case instead of case.
Oh, yes.
Case.
Yes, that's different. In Portuguese, when you have an S between two vowels, it's a Z sound.
Yes.
Like
Casa.
casa. But in English, it's always an S. Because we have the S and the Z. Case.
Looking case Svenssons. Looking case Svenssons.
Try not to enunciate the S as much. Just so try and make it short. So like case.
Case.
There you go. Just like that.
Case. Looking case. Okay.
And then ethical.
Ethical.
Good. Sounds good to me. Alright, so that brings us to the end of the class. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for reading. Hopefully you learned a few new words. And Adrian, you didn't get to read another time, so if you'd like, we can do that right now, or you can go, whichever you'd like to do. But thank you guys for coming, and I hope to see you guys again soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye. See you.
See you. Bye.